What is up, guys? Before we begin, let me give a special shout out to the game Iris Lounge on Roblox, alright? Go to their YouTube channel, great person who owns the game named Yez. Alright, so, humans, us in general, alright? We have been around for over 100,000 years. That's what we're currently tracking, okay? If you look throughout history, we really haven't done anything really different, just more modernized, okay? Back in early ancestry, what we did was we were hunters and gatherers, okay? This is what we did. We reproduced, we were hunters and gatherers and everything like that. Then technological aspects came into play. What do we hunt now? We sit there and we buy new technology and everything like that, okay? We sit there and do the same things our ancestors did for generations. We sit there and we complain that our parents are this way or that way, but then we do the same thing as parents. You know what I mean? And then we sit there and we complain about our trauma, you know, in the modern day, and complain and, you know, use it as almost treat it like a badge of honor to have trauma. And then we sit there and we do the same thing to other people. Or we use that trauma as an excuse to be a terrible person. I just don't get that. What is the point in that? What do you gain from utilizing your trauma to make other people's lives more miserable? Shouldn't the goal be to not have more trauma? Why would you want to make more trauma just because you have trauma? And I think that goes back to the fact that misery loves company. I think I've talked about that in another video, okay? And it's just, it doesn't make any sense to me that you would sit there and complain about your trauma, tell everybody about your badge of honor, about your mental handicap and stuff like that, and then proceed to cause other people grief and trauma and cause them to feel worse about themselves. Why would you want that for yourself if your life was quote unquote so bad that you just felt like it was the end of the world and you were depressed and everything like that? Why would you want that for somebody else unless you're just crying out for attention? Okay, at that point you're just an attention whore. And you can go off. Alright? We don't need that energy here. Go away. Alright? Thank you.